Sophie Chung begins her day with boxing training at 7 a.m. She could knock out a much larger opponent if she wanted to, but that's not the point.
Boxing is actually a very technical sport, very complex. It doesn't look like that at first glance, but there are various punches which can land correctly or not. You notice very quickly. For me, boxing is a combination of power, strength, and stamina.
She has no problems encroaching into what some might see as a male domain.
Personally, I wish there were more women who practice martial arts, whether boxing or karate. The world needs more female Klitschkos.
And more female Steve Jobs. Women startup founders are still very much the exception. Chung is actually a doctor, but since 2015, she's been running a platform for medical tourism that matches patients with hospitals worldwide. It's made 40,000 matches so far. In the world of business, she's typically surrounded by men.
I wish women were bolder in many situations. Maybe direct less criticism and doubt at themselves and show determination. Trust themselves and go out into the world and start something up.
The biggest hurdle in founding a company is getting investors to put money into it. Chung was looking to raise 1.7 million euros from the two investors here, and she got it thanks to her confidence and powers of persuasion.
You have to convince and motivate your team. You have to win over possible investors to fund it and to believe in the company, to be convincing. And that's most certainly one of Sophie's strengths.
Good alpha males meet good alpha females and work as a team together.
Chung used to work as a management consultant.
When you're setting things up, you encounter a lot of resistance. You have huge responsibility, and you have to make decisions every day. You need nerves of steel.
She'll need all her expertise today. She has an appointment at the Unfallkrankenhaus Berlin. The renowned Berlin Trauma Treatment Center is about to start admitting patients referred here from her online platform. Sophie Chung says that even today, most decision makers in business are men.
Of course, it's frustrating to see that there's still inequality between men and women. I think the way that I've opened up is my contribution to changing that. I wish that there were more women doctors who can aspire to a career, a professorship, or to become director of a hospital.
A small ice cream break in the park with her staff. That's part of the corporate culture in her company, but so are all-nighters and an uncertain future. Chung knows that both those things scare off many women from starting businesses. Female role models could help dispel some of those fears.
There's definitely a lack of role models. I see that with myself. There are hardly any successful women that I personally can look up to as an example. And that's the way it is with many things in life. When there aren't any role models, when there's fewer people who've experienced how it functions, then it's something hard for young people to picture, and then you lose courage sometimes.
Almost half of Sophie Chung's employees are women. The boss says that's just by accident. She doesn't give women any special privileges in her company.